Are you burned out? Trying everything, but getting nowhere? Your search is over, friend. You have found the squad that will lead you to glory. Welcome to the front lines of digital content creation. We are the Gaming Vanguard. Welcome to episode number 1 of the Gaming Vanguard podcast. I am your host, Nulfi Sama. I've got a podcast, this you're listening to. I've got a YouTube channel. I stream on Twitch, and I create TikToks. Since this is episode number 1, I really want to focus on what TGV is as a brand, what we do for your brand, and how you can really excel in this crowded space of streamers and content creators who are worldwide now. Everyone can do this and anyone can do this, and it's easier than ever to get started. So what is going to differentiate you from everyone else? And that is what we are going to talk about today and what this podcast is all about. It is what TGV is all about as a business. We will help you with these things. The first and most important thing, I'm going to get right into it here. Have a niche, okay? Have something that you really, really enjoy, okay? Within gaming, within food, whatever it might be, whatever your niche is, the thing that you enjoy the most, really go after that thing and go deep, go super deep into your niche. I started out with creating retro video game stuff. And within that niche, I started just as a hobby looking for CRT televisions, okay? And that's something really weird and obscure to go after and go out there and look for. I wasn't doing it for views. I was Twitch streaming and Trovo streaming and YouTube streaming were not even on my radar. I was doing this purely for the enjoyment. And I was posting videos and stuff to social media. I was starting to build my brand a little bit, but really it was just as like a necessity. There was not a lot of energy put into creating logos or other things like that. A lot of the social media posts were just spur of the moment, really not very well thought out. But really diving into my niche of retro gaming led me down a path of these tube TVs and why they were better than LCD and LED monitors, why the refresh rates were better sometimes, and why the latency for some of the older games was almost necessary to have, no latency whatsoever. And I went really deep on that, and I really learned a lot in several months. And then I started doing things on stream. I started posting pictures on my social media accounts of the differences between CRT televisions and what you would see on an LCD monitor. And that didn't really go anywhere. For probably a year, I really didn't do much of anything outside of that bubble. And it's really interesting because what I was doing was not really that original. There were plenty of other podcasts. There are plenty of other YouTube channels that were focused on retro technology and, how to play games on CRT televisions. And every one of them did what I was doing better than me, and they still do. These big, I would almost call them organizations. We like to think that they're just one guy putting together the podcast and the YouTube videos and whatnot, but it's not just one guy. Okay, there's a team, and they benefit by having you think that it's just one guy. So that's part of the brand issue. We'll get into that later, but for right now, coming back to the niche thing, too many streamers are operating in what I like to call 2012 mode streaming, right? You pick one game and you focus exclusively on getting your skill up in that game, getting good, and trying to be the best, and then hoping that somehow miraculously, by being good at the game, you will become a huge streamer. It's just not going to happen in 2024, guys. That strategy is dead and gone. You can look at the top guys out there right now, and they are not doing that. So when I say find your niche, that does not mean find one game to play. Okay, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your niche should be something that is relevant to you, something that you enjoy deeply, and something that you can go deep on. And I hate to say it, but honestly, retro gaming is not the niche anymore. If you're of a certain age and you're saying, hey, I like video games, but I'm a little bit out of touch. And, maybe I could just pick up some games that I used to play, that I used to like because I'm old. And I'll jump on Twitch and I'll just stream those games to an audience of who? Who are you streaming to? Okay. So that brings us to point number 2, your audience. Who are you streaming to? Who are you creating YouTube videos for? 1 and 2 are pretty much linked in such a dynamic fashion that you cannot possibly extract 1 from 2 or 2 from 1, because your niche and who you are reaching are 2 of the most important factors for any algorithm out there. So take YouTube for an example. It will use proximity training for its algorithm to discover your niche and then place your content in adjacent niches. And ultimately, that is going to have the effect of putting your content in front of the audience that cares most about that topic or interest, which again is why it's so important for you to have deep knowledge of whatever it is that you're covering. I see far too many people out there in the content creation world right now who, they want so desperately to have massive reach that they cast a wide net and cover multiple and many topics that they may not be entirely familiar with. And honestly, these types of approaches are they don't work anymore. It may have worked when the algorithms were not as tuned, but as we know, they're constantly evolving, and YouTube and TikTok in particular are both looking for creators who have a certain depth of knowledge on a given topic. And I think we can all relate. We've all come across content on YouTube that is not very informative. It's very surface level and shallow, and you can really tell within the first couple minutes of the video that this creator doesn't really have a deep understanding of what they're talking about here, and they're really just riding a bandwagon and trying to, expand their reach by covering multiple topics that are outside of their niche. This does not work. I'm not really sure where this marketing mentality comes from. It might be from the legacy SEO people who, relied on keyword stuffing to populate their websites with a bunch of terms and phrases. And, about 5-6 years ago, you started seeing YouTube channels create new channels for different types of content in order to approach different niches. I'm not sure that is even an effective approach anymore, because try as you might to drive people to that new channel, a lot of conversion is not going to happen. Your regular viewers are not particularly interested in your cooking channel, or you're going out wandering about IRL stream type channel. If you are, let's say, a Let's Play type YouTuber who's been doing gaming videos of a certain variety, they're looking for those types of videos when they come to your channel. And it really takes a special kind of follower to want to follow you over to do other new things. You always see far, far less conversion when big creators try to do these types of channels. So I'm not a big fan of doing that. Unless, of course, you're going to do a total rebrand and you're going to maybe even rely on some other people to do those videos with or to do for you. So number 1 was knowing your niche. Number 2 was knowing your audience and presenting your niche content to that specific audience. Number 3 is consistency, period. If you are not consistently creating content to upload to any platform, you're not going to get the traction on the platform that you might expect. You could have a one-off hit, and I've personally experienced that. But in order to really grow, you must be consistently delivering viral content at least 3 times a year. That is absolute bare minimum. So, I mean, yeah, you're probably thinking 3 times a year. That's really not that much. I should be putting out content once a week or once a day even. And you're right. I mean, but you never really know what's going to go viral. And frankly, it's nearly impossible to predict. So you have to sort of look at it from the reverse angle. And once you've put out all of that content, if you're averaging 3 or more viral videos from the daily, weekly, monthly, consistent posting, then I think you're doing all right, because the traction is going to be there. The natural growth and engagement of followers is going to be there. And you just have to be okay at first with the idea that not every single video of yours is going to go viral. I mean, that's just the nature of content creation. You're going to be putting out stuff that, consistently misses the mark. And it's not your fault. It's not that you had a bad idea. It's just that the algorithm did not put it in front of as many eyeballs as you might have hoped. And this leads to what you will see a lot of creators doing, which is reposting videos that never really got the algorithm to pop off on later in their content schedules. And sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. I mean, it's not because the algorithm changed. It's just because more people at whatever point in time drove that traffic to be the way it was. So we've talked about consistency, we've talked about knowing your audience, and we've talked about going deep on a topic that you love. Those are the top 3 things that you can do as a creator to ensure that you are going to get the traction that you need on any platform. However, it's not going to be everything, because there is a 4th thing that you need to do, and it's directly related to number 3. Just like 1 and 2 are linked, 3 and 4 are linked. And consistency always has to be paired with quality. And that means executing your vision for what you're trying to do to reach your audience, knowing your audience, starting with that in mind, and creating quality content and not trash content that anybody can do. You have to have something in you, something in your content that drives people back over and over again. And you have to consistently deliver that quality product. And it doesn't have to be too complicated. It doesn't have to involve thousands of dollars of equipment. There are small, tiny little things that you can do to improve the quality of your content dramatically. And I'm talking about things that probably most people don't think about. And I'm here to tell you, like, those small tweaks, they can make all the difference in the world. And sadly, there is just not enough time to cover that on one podcast. So I am going to have to do the thing right now where I plug the business. The Gaming Vanguard is a digital media marketing consultancy, and we exist to help you with the 4 tactics of the overall strategy that I just went over in this podcast, especially number 4, because there are so many minute details on how you can improve the quality of your content. We can do that in a consultation session. You can set up a free 30-minute consultation. Go to gamingvanguard.com and click book now, and we will get you set up with somebody to have a conversation about where to begin honing the quality of your content. And we will help you execute your vision in a way that you probably never thought possible. We will get you there, we will lead the way, and we will help you grow your content. We will help the algorithm pick up your content and put that content in front of the people that want to see it. We know you have a passion for this. We know that you can make this happen, and we are here to help you with that. All right, guys. Well, hey, that was episode number 1. Thank you for listening. And we have a ton more advice, information, consultation, and help to give you guys on your journey to becoming viral content creators. The Gaming Vanguard will lead the way for you. We are here. We will help you. So go ahead and book that consultation right now. So until next time, this is Nelfi from TGV. Be good to yourselves and each other.